Hello Africa, welcome to Bottom Line Africa. I am Ashley Mazuri. Now we begin with some breaking news. Chad's President Idriss Deby has died suddenly in clashes with rebels in the north of the country at the weekend. The army has said on state TV. His death came shortly after provisional election results, which projected he would win a sixth term in office with 80% of the vote. The government and parliament have been dissolved. A military council will govern for the next 18 months. Deby came to power in an armed uprising in 1990. He had gone to the front line at the weekend to visit troops battling rebels based across the border in Libya. I repeat, Chad's President Idriss Deby has died suddenly in clashes with rebels in the north of the country at the weekend. The army has said on state TV. His death comes shortly after provisional election results, which projected he would win a sixth term in office with 80% of the vote. The government and parliament have been dissolved. A military council will govern for the next 18 months. Deby came to power in an armed uprising in 1990. He had gone to the front line at the weekend to visit troops battling rebels based across the border in Libya. Now, before his death, Chad's veteran leader Idriss Deby won a sixth term as president. Provisional election results showed on Monday as the army said it had beaten back a column of insurgents advancing the capital, N'Djamena. The 68-year-old Deby took 80% of the vote from the April 11 election after top opposition leaders boycotted to protest his efforts to extend his 30 years in power. At a planned celebration in N'Djamena, supporters waited for the president to deliver a victory speech, but his party said he had instead gone to visit Chadian soldiers on the front lines. Deby came to power in rebellion in 1990. He is one of Africa's longest-serving leaders and a close ally of Western powers.
Is 7,288,203. The voters are 4,723,240. Spoiled ballots are 104,507, which represents 2.81%. Voter turnout is 64.81%. Valid votes is 4,618,733.
De ses voix.
May his soul rest in eternal peace. Still staying in Chad, earlier the United States had ordered all non-essential staff out of Chad as it warned that rebel fighters appeared to be moving towards the capital. Angela Okomadu has more.
Rebel fighters appear to be moving towards Chad's capital, N'Djamena, the United States has said, as it ordered all non-essential staff out of the country, fearing violence. The U.S. is a staunch ally of Chad in the fight against militants in the Sahel region. On Sunday, a spokesman for the Rebel Front for Change and Concord in Chad claimed that the group's fighters had liberated the province of Kanem. It is located some 136 miles from the capital. British authorities have also cited information that rebel convoys were on the move near the town of Fire and near Mao, Kanem's provincial capital. All UK citizens have been urged to leave the country, but Chad's government denies Kanem is in rebel hands. Its army says a convoy of rebels was destroyed in Kanem on Saturday afternoon. 300 killed and 150 captured, according to a reporter traveling with the military. Chadian television showed soldiers celebrating their victory amid destroyed vehicles in the desert and a large group of prisoners. The rebel moves come in the aftermath of a presidential election. Partial results suggest President Idriss Deby is on course to extend his 3 decades in power. That's despite growing discontent over his handling of the nation's oil wealth. On Sunday, a group of 14 opposition leaders who had called for their supporters to boycott the election signed a petition calling for a ceasefire. That, they said, was to allow for an inclusive national dialogue.
To Somalia now, where President Mohamed Farmajo on Monday held talks with the